Mabu 18? I thought he was 16.
High school while being one of the most talked about upcoming artists today. He is being praised for his genius marketing strategy on TikTok, which has led to him generating millions of streams across all major platforms. Now, drill rap is known to discuss and potentially glamorize the violent nature of growing up in the streets. These artists often rap about their experiences surrounding poverty, drugs, violence, gangs, killings, and worse. Mabu covers these exact themes in his music, only he has never experienced any of that. Mabu is the son of multi-millionaires, attends a very expensive private school.
Look at that fucking picture.
Mabu is the son.
I've never seen this picture. Look at this nigga in a public restroom with bare bread. His pants are actually pulled down. I wonder if he has underwear on. I'm telling you, this nigga's smart, but this nigga crazy as fuck.
Of multi-millionaires, attends a very expensive private school, and has never experienced
He attended a private school.
Experience hardship like his drill rap counterparts. However, what makes Mabu so beloved is that he's embracing his privilege and leaning into it for jokes. 50% of the people think it's funny that he pretends to be a gangster, the other 50% think it's corny, but they both stream his music regardless. Although Mabu is being considered a marketing genius for these efforts, nothing he is doing here is new. However, his controversial rise does expose the music industry for what it truly is, and some people are not willing to accept it. Typically, when a white rapper gets any type of attention on the internet, they're rejected, labeled corny, or a culture vulture. Mac Miller got this treatment, so did Post Malone. And that's because this stems from a long history of white artists stealing.
Mac Miller got that treatment? Water my boy!
From black artists.
Lil Mabu was not the GOAT. He's valid, but like, not the GOAT.
Now combine that with
some people be saying he's the best out of New York. I'd be like, you're insane.
White rapper who is also making music that is inherently violent, adjacent to street life and gang life. One in the head in case my ops dissin'. I got goons by my side. Cock one, make the block run. Ops duck. People immediately question the validity of Mabu's claims based on his appearance. We saw the same reaction with drill rapper Max the Demon. Turns out he was actually as real as it gets when it comes to the stuff he raps about. The difference between Max and Mabu is, well, Mabu is kind of exactly who you think he is. Stay hydrated. Now, there are some rumors circulating that Lil Mabu is the son of a record label executive named Jeffrey Vaughn.
Yeah, I heard that. He's the son of some record label or something.
Which is false. Mabu was labeled an industry plant as soon as he blew up, which is pretty common for most artists that seemingly pop up out of nowhere. However, Mabu's real name is Matthew DeLuca, which can be confirmed with this video that leaked of him promoting a non-profit organization in his community.
My name is Matthew DeLuca. I go to the collegiate school. I'm in 9th grade, and my favorite thing about Kids Walk for MSK Kids is getting together with friends and family to support such a wonderful.
It is mad funny. This video is mad funny because of the music he's making.
It didn't take long for the internet to discover Matthew's father's name, Peter DeLuca, who is a funeral director and not a music executive. Peter is based out of Greenwich Village in Manhattan. Mabu has filmed multiple TikToks of his father reacting to his music, which is clearly not Jeffrey and definitely Peter. Now, funeral directors do make a decent amount of money, but nothing that would make them seem filthy rich. However, we did learn that Mabu's father secured a $10 million real estate portfolio after a divorce settlement that occurred in 1998. The New York Post reported that Mabu lives at his parents' 5-bed, 5-bath, 3,327 square foot condo on the Upper East Side, as well as a 6,182 square foot manse in Watermill off of Long Island. Mabu has posted multiple TikToks of him showing strangers his music in the downtown shopping district in Southampton, Long Island, which is quite the opposite neighborhood where Mabu romanticized the idea of him getting shot at. Matthew just graduated from the private collegiate high school for boys in the Upper West Side, which has an annual tuition cost of $55,000 per year.
Oh my god, $55K for high school? Jesus Christ, that nigga is rich. Oh my god.
So it's pretty obvious that he comes from a wealthy family and was not raised on the streets. It's safe to
Nigga, that's more than like a decent amount of colleges, bro. That is insane.
To assume that Mabu's parents,
yo, I'm not gonna lie, I go to school like that. I better be getting into the top colleges. Free ride.
Were likely funding his rap career in the beginning. But that doesn't really explain how he got connected with rappers like PNB Rock, Lil Mosey, Waka Flocka, and others way before anyone else knew about him. And it turns out, the reason they connected with Mabu was not because they liked his music, but because he was providing marketing services for them. There were some rumors floating around that Mabu was a savvy digital marketer who was able to help increase rappers' numbers on social media and streaming services. Turns out Lil Mabu actually DM'd me 3 years ago looking to do some business. I own a marketing company and I'm 15. I'd be down to work with you, and I was wondering if I could explain my services and what I can provide. Feel free to contact me.
Hey man, that nigga trying to get his bread. I don't blame him.
I work with artists like Lil Keed, 42 Doug, Lil Blurry, and other celebrity clients. My team...
Mabu is 18, I think. Are you 18 water, or are you 17?
Run group chats with hundreds of thousands of people, email lists, and page promotion with a reach of millions. Through the complex network, our team is able to grow platforms such as Instagram, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube in order to grow your fan base, reach more people, and drastically increase your royalties. We also have direct connects to larger blogs in order to make your Google profile much more established and professional, because ultimately that is what's going to help you get verified. Now, I don't remember seeing this DM, but even if I did, I probably chose to ignore it because it looks like every other generic, hey, we can grow your page, spam Instagram email that we've all seen a million times. And there is no real way to prove if his methods were legit, but judging by the fact that he was around a few pretty successful artists, as well as him blowing up his own music, is a pretty decent indication that he was legit. But make no mistake, Mabu
Nigga definitely know what he's doing.
never wanted to be behind the scenes. He wanted the attention on him. Some of Mabu's earliest songs can be heard still to this day on SoundCloud and Instagram.
Really?
Hater DM, no response to my message. Now I pull up in a foreign and she jealous necklace. The mama go whipping forward with a fast stack, then flip it, try and get it back. They know little mama's going pretty fast. Hates me hitting, acting pretty mad. Cause I'm next up and I'm flexed up. All these rappers are getting bad.
Then 14 years old, Mabu
You know bro, that nigga remind me of like the Oogie Man he killed, the little nigga, the little white nigga.
was rapping about girls and getting rich. He even went the emo rap route for a little bit.
You say you miss me, but never wanna link when we can. You used to diss me, now you wanna call me a friend. Had to go and run up on my bed.
From here, he experimented with New York drill with his song Move It. He even paid me to listen to his song when I used to listen to my subscribers' music. I gave him some feedback, and he appreciated it. However, Mabu's youthful voice and
I might start doing that. I actually got a DM like yesterday or the other day. Niggas do want me, they be DMing me to react to their shit. I might start doing that. See how that shit turn out. Give some constructive criticism.
heavily off-key crooning wasn't getting the attention he thought he deserved, and when his voice finally dropped, he had unlocked even more potential. The song Demon Time was paired with a music video on the block surrounded by masked up dudes looking menacingly at the camera. Mabu had the imagery down, but his lyrics were tame, not very aggressive, nor believable. Same with his next track, King of the World, where his father drove him to Harlem for a few minutes to film, but his lyrics were mostly just about getting money paired with gunshot sounds as ad-libs. To promote these songs, he mostly used TikTok, constantly using his whiteness as the main marketing tool. He said that he made
Look at that nigga in school.
white people drill music, or white boy anthems.
You know, it's really difficult when you're doing a school project and the group members don't hold their weight. Like, those are my ops. I snitched to my teacher on them.
Mabu was taking the Lil Dicky marketing strategy, making fun of
What the hell?
his whiteness so nobody could do it to him. Honestly, this is something a lot of white rappers do. Shit, Eminem did it in 8 Mile, but Mabu didn't want to be a full-on comedy rapper. He wanted people to take him seriously. He was seen in the studio with K-Flock, one of the most promising upcoming drill rappers from New York. Mabu securing a collab with him would definitely impress people, but the song never was released as Flock got locked up on a federal indictment facing RICO and a murder charge. 1 week after K-Flock was arrested, Mabu posted a snippet of a song with the rapper D-Thang, who is one of K-Flock's biggest ops.
Yo, this nigga Mabu, that nigga really be working, bro.
People immediately saw this as weird. Working with people's enemies is an easy way to get caught up in some trouble. But Mabu claims he was trolling D-Thang because he is friends with Flock, because he was constantly posting snippets claiming that D-Thang is trash and ruined the song. Even though Mabu paid D-Thang for the feature long before he ever met K-Flock, and Mabu did eventually end up releasing the song. Either way, both K-Flock and D-Thang were locked up, and Mabu was able to profit from both of them. From there, Mabu linked up with another Bronx drill rapper, Sha EK, who is another enemy of K-Flock. Maybe Mabu didn't
That's fake mixy as fuck, though. I personally want to do that.
know, or maybe he didn't care.
Yo, Papa, you good? Papa.
Then on the track Everyone-K, Mabu dissed one of Shah's op, Use G's, labeling him a rat and threatening him multiple times. Lil Mabu making it out of the suburbs with this one, Bro making it into the hood with this one. It seemed like Mabu was just trying to insert himself into a beef for status, because he has no actual ops in the Hamptons. People were confused how he was getting to collaborate with all these artists despite
how did this nigga even meet up with K-Flaw?
them being enemies. He could have been providing digital marketing services in exchange for a feature, but he was likely just paying them. He has no affiliation to any block or gang, so he could just work with them individually, then safely go back home to the Upper East Side. One thing about rappers is they all have a price. 5K, 10K, 20K would be nothing for Mabu's dad to invest in his son's new hobby. After all, his dad was helping him a lot with his TikTok marketing. While rolling out his song No Snitching, Mabu's father fake reacted to the song, then dissed 6ix9ine and said, "We making it out with this one," joking about making it out of the hood. But the thing that really made him go viral was the music video, where he put a red laser beam on a knife while rapping about never snitching. The song stole the late King Von's iconic flow from Took Her to the O. This video got 20 million views on TikTok and was most people's first introduction to the rapper.
Yeah, it's when I first saw this nigga. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, ain't no way this nigga's really doing this.
His follower counts exploded, and now all he had to do was just be consistent. He continued to make fun of himself for attention.
Like, what you got on you? Like, oh, he got the now. Delete that.
These are the things that push my buttons. Why would you post that with no clarification whatsoever?
It was a fake firearm, and now I might have to take legal action.
But his next song with rapper Didi Osama was going to shock the internet. Mabu and Didi made a melodic trap ballad that transitions to a gritty drill track midway through. The transition features a dramatization of Lil Mabu getting shot.
Damn, that nigga was blacking.
It's a dramatization of Lil Mabu getting shot. You can tell Mabu never been in a situation like that. Then Mabu says, "Thank God, that's the plan." Obviously nobody wants to get shot, but critics look at Mabu strange for romanticizing an extremely traumatic and unfortunate reality for a lot of people growing up in the streets. People get shot every day on the streets of New York. Mothers, cousins, sisters, and brothers mourn the loss of their loved ones due to senseless violence. Sometimes they are just going to the corner store for a snack and get hit with a bullet. Then you have a kid from the Upper East Side who drives into Harlem for a few hours, pretends to get shot like it's some fantasy, and gets 20 million views while sleeping in his parents' mansion. But when critics speak out, the common response is, "You mad he making money? It's a song, bruh, calm down." The
I don't even know.
reason why Mabu can do this is very simple. People don't care. People do not care about a rapper's authenticity anymore. Slim Jesus blew up in 2015 for being a white drill rapper. People thought he was actually a savage that looked like an innocent honor roll student. When Slim openly admitted that he just liked the music and didn't actually live that life, his career was ruined for not being authentic. 4 years later, Lil Tecca blew up, rapping about having twin Glocks, but openly admitted that he was not about that life.
I don't have no straps for nobody.
That's not a crazy bar, though.
This time, a new generation of music fans emerged, one that just liked the music and did not care about the status, so Tecca thrived and got respect for being honest. Then 6ix9ine snitched on his entire gang and basically admitted that his whole imagery and
That's an iconic photo.
lifestyle was all a facade to grow his music. Many people call him a genius and don't blame him for pretending. Most recently, Gunna has been labeled a snitch for admitting that his label YSL is a gang, and the internet made it very clear that they do not care if Gunna is a snitch or not.
Yo, niggas is saying Gunna's album was fire. I still gotta listen to it though.
They will be listening to his music regardless. Hell, even rappers themselves don't care. Lil Durk is known for being a 100% authentic street rapper from the trenches of Chicago. Durk has lost blood family members due to street violence. Dozens of his friends died in the streets. And here he is collaborating with Lil Mabu, a rich boy who is pretending and profiting off
He collab with this nigga?
the struggles that Durk really had to live. If someone like Lil Durk doesn't care, of course rap fans are also not going to care. In fact,
just backstage with him or something
many
like
people
that.
would call a rapper
One show.
stupid for being a real gangster. Fetty Wap just got 5 years for moving drugs all across the country despite being super rich and famous for music. Fans are disappointed in the rapper despite their favorite song from him is literally about selling drugs. But it makes you wonder, Why do fans need to be entertained by violence and murder? Why does a kid like Lil Mabu have to pretend to be a gangster despite everyone knowing he isn't one to get attention? What does that say about the fans? Gangster rap has been around since the 80s. It's not new. However, these days, most rap music that blows up is very violent. Drill music videos talking about killing ops get the most views on YouTube. The reason why Lil Mabu doesn't make fun frat boy music that is relatable to millions of kids around the world is because he knows that it just won't get any attention. But when you criticize Mabu for profiting off the streets, people say, keep that same energy for all the other drill rappers. But here's the difference. Matthew DeLuca can be anything he wants. His parents have deep pockets and he has the best education money can buy in the United States. He is choosing to participate in something that perpetuates violence to marginalize groups of people so he can profit. The reason real drill rappers don't get criticized like this is because these guys have way less opportunities. Most of these guys were literally toddlers when they were exposed to drugs, guns, and violence. It's all they know. They can express their pain and struggles, profit from that, and get their family out of poverty. Lil Mabu literally made a mockery out of this, saying, "I took a trip to the hood so I can make it out." He has lyrics making fun of rappers being broke in the hood, which is extremely distasteful considering he has never experienced the pain they have. His most recent song, Mathematical Disrespect, peaked at number 43 on the Billboard Hot 100.
That shit hit the fucking billboards?
An insane feat for an independent artist. But again, if labels are trying to sign him for millions, his daddy already has that, so he doesn't need to take it. So him being an indie artist isn't really much of a flex. Most rappers sign really bad deals because they know they might never get an opportunity to make 6 figures in their life. They can't afford a fancy lawyer to read the contract, and they get taken advantage of for trusting the label. Also, remember 3 months ago when Ja Morant
I think, like, I don't know, I'm not really into movies like that, but I do want to think watch it.
Was a guy from the
Niggas is saying it's better than the fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Like, get the fuck out of here.
suburbs, got extremely rich, and everyone called him an idiot for pretending to be a gangster? They said Ja was throwing his life away by pretending to be something he's not? Why is Lil Mabu being considered a genius for doing the exact same thing that Ja Morant was doing? Mabu's story has 2 outcomes. He will continue to push this gangster persona until he actually gets into a dangerous situation, chain snatched, jumped, robbed, hopefully not worse. Or one day he will realize this gimmick is drying up. He can't
I'm surprised some nigga ain't tried this nigga yet. Just for like the clout?
Can't profit off being a fake gangster anymore, and he will transition to pop music and be accepted with open arms by the music industry. And if his music career fails and we all forget about him, he still has extremely rich parents who will be able to fund whatever his next dream is.
What a nice informative video. We shall see what Mabu's futures take him. That was a W video, Patrick.